pronounced to everyone. In the keywords in Google that really matter when it comes to searching, leadership is one of the most searched valuable word in Google. If you really look at life, irrespective of which domain that you come from, family, personal, social, organizational, country, globe, whether you are a chartered accountant, whether you're a lawyer, or a practicing doctor, or a politician, or a sports person, or a person belonging to the entertainment industry, or any line for that matter, what finally differentiates you or the group of people that you're working with is the leadership that one brings to the table. There is often this confusion between the word leaders and leadership. Many times we take leaders by their designations. I'm a general manager in a company. I'm a vice president in an organization. I'm the CEO. I'm the chief minister or the prime minister or president of a country. I'm the member of the parliament. Whatever it may be, designations might on paper maybe give you the ability to be a leader or the ability to lead. But are you actually leading them is determined by what your leadership credentials are. If you look at all the educational courses that we normally pursue in our life, many of us go through professional courses. We become a doctor or an engineer or a lawyer or pursue many of the professional courses. But very rarely do you have a course where leadership is taught and imbibed in you. Fortunately or unfortunately, in this world, we are led by people who may have professional qualifications in their respective lives. Some of them don't, but they happen to lead us. What gives them the right to lead when they haven't actually qualified? If you search on the net for courses on leadership, you will find very few. Many of the management institutions at least do not offer it as a full-time course, at least for students. Some management institutions globally offer this program called executive leadership. After you have put in sufficient amount of years of practice in your line in which you are working, maybe you can enroll there. Even if you look at the cost of doing such courses is normally out of reach for a normal corporate executive. Does it mean that an organization or a country has to be led by people without qualifications? They might have the professional qualifications, but would they have the leadership qualifications? Can I get them? This is a question that this series on leadership journey with corporate sage is going to address for the benefit of humanity. Leadership is more a qualitative term. If you are serious about this journey, I will personally be taking you through a series of episodes, maybe 50 or more, on what constitutes leadership. What can you learn if you enroll yourself to many of the B-School executive leadership programs or even beyond, and some tools and techniques for you to go back and practice. If you really look at the journey of leadership, there are three things that one must possess. The basic attitude to leadership. Attitude is nothing but what you are inside of yourself. When it comes to the iceberg, the world sees the tip, but they rarely get to see what is below the surface of the sea. Attitude is like that. I can conceal it from the world, but I can't conceal it from myself. There are several attitudes that will take for you to become a good leadership material. An attitude is something that is shaped over a period of time. We will look at certain leadership attitudes in this series for a period of time, and also find simple ways in which one can imbibe these attitudinal qualities. The second is what I call as behavior. When I say behavior, what you get to see in any person externally is how they behave. When a person smiles at you, you tend to judge the person by the smile. We really don't know whether the person is smiling genuinely or is wearing a grudge deep inside of himself or herself. Yet, behavioral aspect is a very important part of the leadership journey. You can't be something different internally and be something different externally. Sooner or later, the people who are closely associated with you will find out. We say that the audio and the video should match. The same way, the behavior and the attitude should match for people to be inspired by your presence. And please bear in mind, leadership is not something to be displayed by the people who are sitting high up in the corporate organization ladder or structure. It is something that even the just joined executive can display. After all, in the day-to-day execution front, it is the lowest level to the mid-level of the execution leadership team of any organization that actually brings and drives results. The top level might give strategy guidance, input, support, solve problems, get resources, but the real execution and the leadership qualities essential for such execution happens only from the mid to the lower end. Hence, an organization which is paying lip service to the leadership quality development of the mid to lower end, but invest a lot in developing the leadership qualities of the top, might be creating a lopsided organization structure and an environment for people to work. The third quality for any leader is what I would call as the skill sets. In simple words, skill set is knowledge put into repetitive action. All that knowledge that I can share with you, which comes out of my experience of practicing whatever I'm going to share with you in this series, is of no use to you if you just give it a cursory glance or a cursory viewing or a cursory listening. And maybe a few of you might take notes. Maybe a few of you will put it together and share this across multiple social handles for others to benefit. But would it really help you? Most probably not. Knowledge put into action, what we call as skill sets, aligned to your professional leadership goals, is the only way in which you can actually shape your leadership journey. Hence, there are three factors that we are going to cover, not necessarily in sequence. They'll be mixed. We are going to focus on attitude. We are going to focus on behavioral qualities of a leader, and hence leading into leadership, and the skill sets that are essential for you to become better in your leadership journey. Some of the things that I might be sharing might already be known to you. Some of you may be actually practicing it. But please bear in mind, this series is aimed at a wide range of audience, right from the people who are stepping out of college today into the career in their first jobs to the person who has maybe spent 40, 50 years. There'll be something for every one of you. For some of you, if some of the input which are being shared are basic, take it as a refresher course. It helps. I do that in my own leadership journey very often. I learn, relearn, unlearn, go back and refresh some of the things I have learned maybe 10, 20, 30 years back. For the benefit of those who also need additional resources, just below this video link, you will find several links to several of my earlier videos covering hundreds of topics for executive development, for improving your business, for making your business to survive, stabilize, and surge ahead. Many of the works that I have done, all of them have been made as playlists and are shared in the comment section below this video. Please ensure that you visit them, listen to them, because each one of them is something that has come out of just not what are my 4 decades of corporate business and leadership experience, but it has come from the experience of observing highly successful people, people who have taught me a lot, both through their successes and through their failures, starting from my own family, my business community, the people from whom I have personally learned in my life, school, college, everywhere. And many of the CEOs whom I have had a chance to brush shoulders, be part of their growth journey in one way or another. All this is going to be packaged and given to you in short nuggets of about 8 to 10 minutes series of videos. And needless to say, all these are available to you for free. Of course, I do have several programs for high-end top-level executives of companies like what we call as becoming a spiritual CEO or being a spiritual CEO. Some of the works based on the book that you see on the screen, The Spiritual CEO, which went on to become one of the best sellers last year, published and released by Amazon in India. Of course, I have released several of my books already, amounting to 12 in the last 20 odd years. You will find my social handle links below this video. You can visit, connect, engage in conversations with me, either through LinkedIn or through Twitter or through Facebook, whichever is comfortable to you. We are here to ensure that the world becomes a better place by people getting better and better. And nothing else can do that better than making people better leaders and having better leadership qualities. Are you ready to join this journey and ensure that we form a community of potential leaders who can go on and make this world a better place? I look forward to meeting you more often through these channels and ensure that this becomes a collective journey towards what we'll remember for a lifetime. Thank you.